Hello, hello, welcome back. And this is Command Deck Podcast. How are you guys? Well, I have PG and Yoganok here. How are you, PG?
I'm good. I'm good. Ready to another show after another week of hard work and gaming. That's our job.
Here,
Mining,
here.
mining. Yoganok, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Fine. I'm good, thanks. Well, this week we have some different things that we can talk about. Some things can be a little shorter, or maybe we can talk a lot about some topics too. We'll see. We'll see. It's kind of interesting things that can evolve. So let's see. We have someone there in the chat. Okay, guys, you can comment on the chat. If you want to join us in the conversation, just comment on the chat, and we will try to be reading your comments, and so we can interact and have a nice conversation with you also. So first thing, this is a topic we already talked about sometimes, but Wagner almost confirmed, or almost 100% confirmed the Gallia map will be reset before combat. So Yoganak, I know that you like this topic, but you don't like the thing so much, right? Or what do you think about it?
I think this felt like the most likely outcome to me, as the main reason for the current module seems to be to burn resources. We had a lot of buildup since September, so this is in line with that, right? It wipes the slate clean. We need to deposit once again, burn and get more resources, which is good. It avoids hyperinflation, right? That's the case.
Yeah, and also, yeah, Wagner said they already said that before, like a factor or a variable to take into account, but now he said it again, that it was mostly because they want everything to start fresh and without any faction having any kind of advantage. So that sounds good on that side of the story. But what are the consequences for Starbased? How do you see Starbased right now? We already thought about that before, and we were kind of working, taking that into account. But how how do you think it's gonna work now in Starbase? The same thing that most people were doing, or do you think people are gonna change things and do different things because now it's almost confirmed?
That's fair. I think that a good amount of players were already planning on this. So as far as changes from yesterday to today, I'm not sure that we'd actually see all that many player
Hmm.
behavior wise.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think was always on the table that the map could reset in some point in time because um, I had this conversation in the Portuguese brew because there's only 17 star bases, right? So in some point in time, they were gonna be all complete, and then we didn't have any economic mechanic to earn LP. So in some point in time, it was only a question of time that they're gonna be reset. If they're gonna implement it combat that will bring more strategy, I think it's better if everyone start again from the beginning because we'll give more chances even to the small, medium, whatever players to start all over again. So the people that did mistakes in Starbase, they learn it,
Hmm.
and now okay, now I'm not gonna play this type of game. Now I'm not going to do these mistakes. Now I'm gonna maybe focus in the safe zone, um, or maybe now even for me, well, look, I made friends in Starbase that I didn't had the last 3 years.
Hmm.
Understand? I met so many people now only Starbase, only to chat what's the best, what's people that I didn't even know that
Huh.
they are in this small Discord, no, but out main Discords that are not the main ones, and we chat, we change ideas, and it was very good. Didn't happen in Sage, happened in Starbase, and when combat arrive, will be another type of game. Another type of game, yeah.
Yeah. We have Tarin and Shadix in the chat. Welcome, guys.
Nah.
Thanks for being here and thanks for your comments. And so there was something else I think I read. I remember it like not 100% sure, but he said something like they were thinking about maybe keeping the for the faction with the most progress in Starbased, maybe keeping one Starbased. Uh, I don't remember if it was full like tier 5 or the level that they achieve, the tier that they achieve. I don't remember exactly. Do
Mm.
you remember something like that? Because I think I read something like that.
I don't remember. I don't
No.
recall that.
No, I think I read it in one of Wagner messages. But anyway, do you think that would be good, or any other option to kind of give something interesting, like a kind of prize for factions to get more progress for their star
I
bases?
think
Because
That.
maybe in the last week or previous combat they should reward more atlas to the faction that is getting more developed in the star bases. So people keep grinding, people keep having motivation, so they don't lose the motivation knowing that this is gonna reset. And
hmm,
people don't need to think about this because people need to think this is the economic loop. Doesn't matter.
yeah,
What's the matter if you burn now 1 million electromagnets in medium risk 10, or you burn again in the safe zone 2? Understand? That doesn't matter. Burning mechanism is a burning mechanism. Exchange of LP is going to be exchange of LP. And uh, but now that you know that, you can you can pick and choose. You can do your strategy. Okay, now okay, I'm gonna keep some that I know that have good value, maybe STUs for the future, or I know I can start accumulate electromagnet or other things, so
hmm,
people can choose, pick and choose. It's always good that people know the information. Sometimes Star Atlas, uh, if too many people talk. So this last week I didn't went to the foundation room, not even the chat room, because man, it's too much information.
yeah,
Everyone is giving an opinion. Everyone wants to change the game for that best in interest. Everyone give opinions also, and the foundation room look like already a general chat. Don't have any logic conversation. It's a bit messy,
yeah.
I'm so busy that I cannot catch up with so many conversations. So yeah,
Yeah, usually
I
I usually
pass.
try to take all the information and summarize it for my Spanish live streams, and it's been crazy last weeks because of that what you just said. Yeah,
Yeah,
too much debate, too much talking with different ideas or different solutions, possible solutions from everybody. It's crazy.
yeah,
But the thing is that I understand what you say about burning mechanisms, and the LPs and all that is the same. But yeah, it's maybe different strategy to think that you are upgrading a starbase for the future, or to think that you are only upgrading a starbase just for now and it's gonna be reset in the future. So yeah, it's a little difficult in that way. But look, Shadix says, I think I read one fully upgraded Starbase, but it was just theory crafting by Swagner. I believe. Don't quote me. Yeah, that's what I
That's right.
remember. Shadix. Yeah, and yeah, they that was only theory crafting, but that means a lot in some way because they are already thinking about possible prices, secondary prices for the faction that is doing the best. And yeah, it might be interesting, but at the same time, they always talked about having this same amount of atlas for each faction to keep the game balanced in people going not only for the best faction but going to the other factions also. But it's like everything has pros and cons, so I'm not sure what to think about that too. What do you think, Jonat?
Insofar as like a prize for one faction, something like a Starbase being fully upgraded, to me is overpowered for
Yeah.
this game beginning its combat as a browser MMO. I think it's just too much of a leg up for one part of the three-legged stool, so to speak.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's too much maybe. Yeah, maybe
yeah, it's
maybe
too much.
a lower tier, but full tier 5, it's like what, too much difference maybe.
Uh, uh,
And
do
Shadix
you
is
guys?
asking
Uh,
if go ahead, and then I read it. He has a question for us.
no, no, because I still don't know how it's gonna work the combat. I don't
Hmm.
know. Are we going to combat only people in our faction? Can we go to other factions in the faster way, like using a wormhole hole?
Hmm.
Understand?
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna start killing the same people that you are working with, killing no, but combat to earn that extra LP, uh, with the same people that you are working together to improve the star base, that game loop is not gonna have much sense being in theory faction against faction, because that's the theory of the game at the moment. That is a game of faction versus faction versus faction. So if they're gonna implement in this game combat and they don't implement like a way to travel, like imagine going from mud to Ustur in the very fast way without spending tons of tons of resources to get there, and then combat someone and
Yeah.
coming back. So we need to do the maths. What is better for us is going get LP outside of our faction, uh, combat the people that are in our faction, or crafting and, and crafting the resources in the faction. So they need to explain the game.
Yeah, I think this last week they were talking about that, and Buntius was saying some things like a lot of details are not complete yet, of course, but he was saying some ideas that, like for example, I think they might release PvE first, so not combat between people yet, and
PvE.
then
Okay.
yeah, PvE, and then also uh, he said something like not not LP for normal combat. So LP could be only if you attack or defend a starbase. But if you attack someone else, then you just get XP and part of the loot. And there were some ideas that he said about the mechanics for looting, or if it's against NPCs, because it's PvE maybe at first. So in that case, he said something like maybe we can get a countdown, so a time that you have to come back and get your things back or part of your things back, but still refining the details, but some things like that. But yeah, a lot of details that they need to explain before
Yeah.
before or yeah, define first. They need to define them, and then they need to explain them clearly, but they are still
Yeah.
defining all of that. And Shadik said uh, it would deliver good incentive to stick to your faction and would be an interesting endgame. If we have a price, I think the same. That's the pro, but the con is that maybe you stick to your faction if your faction is doing good, but if your faction is not the best one, maybe some people change faction and go to the best faction so far. So I'm not sure. I see like both sides of that. I'm not sure. Not an easy topic, I think. Then Shadix was asking, do you guys believe LP will become more valuable at some point? What do you think?
LP.
More valuable. I think you mean Atlas, right, Shadix? In Atlas, more valuable.
Uh, well, LP at the moment don't have a value in Atlas. The LP is what give you the share of the pool. What they
Yeah,
could do is increasing the pool. Like instead of 1.5 million a day, could be 2
right.
million, right? That will increase a lot of the pool, right? And that
Yeah.
will increase the share even for the big ones and the small ones. Uh, but
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I have my doubts there. I don't think they're going to raise LP if you mean LP like you're saying now, Shadix. I don't think so because I think the factions are already getting a lot of LP, and I thought at the beginning of Starbase that maybe it could go down because whales had a lot of resources accumulated from labs, and then they were dumping all that into Starbase at first, but now we're seeing that the total LP per day is not going down. So I think a lot of LP is already there. So I don't think they're going to raise it too much. If that's your question, I don't know, Johanak, do you want to say something about it?
Yeah, I think there was talk of some kind of tiering system that might get implemented at some point with the LP. Another thing they could do down the line to give it more value, so to speak, would be more things to do with it, right? So if we
Yeah.
have a LP store like EVE Online has for all of the faction, you do missions, you get loyalty points, you can get special items that can only be gotten through that store. That would be another way to give more
Yeah,
value to this Web 2 token, really, that is LP.
yeah, that would be good. Giving more utility for LPs. That instead of increasing the amount, you give more importance to the same thing, giving more utility, more use cases. Yeah, for sure. That
Or
that's
even
something.
or even or even burning LP to sustain the starbase.
Hmm.
That was spicy, right?
Maybe too spicy. So you get LP on one side because you want to upgrade it, and then you burn it if you want to sustain it to
Maintain
upkeep it. Wow, that would be a little difficult to balance, I think.
is what you do with food. Is what you do with food. You gain food, you craft food, you pay Atlas for crafting, and then you burn it.
Yeah, yeah, but they don't give you
When
food when you try to upgrade it. I mean, when they give you
no no
something
no
and
no.
then you burn the same thing, I see it very difficult to balance.
Yeah, but you craft biomass to get food, and when you craft, you pay Atlas. You're already negative, and then you burn this food in the starbase.
Hmm.
So that Atlas that you craft is gone, and that food is gone. So only because you're gonna have this chance to keep crafting something that you're gonna share with another people in the pool that you don't even know if you're gonna recover the atlas that you craft first in the biomass to food. So the math is very complicated because you have a lots of variables. Because
Yeah.
the variables is the pool. You never know until the last second how much gonna be the pool. You can say, "Oh man, in this pool I'm gonna get 25,000 atlas." In the
Hmm.
last second, that 25,000 atlas go to go to 5,000 atlas, and then all your maths go by the toilet. So
Yeah, yeah, a lot of
Uh,
variables, and just wait for combat. There will be more variables and unknown
yeah,
situations. So it's gonna be not only maths. It's gonna be like to take trying to guess if you're gonna get attacked how many times.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
then
like
we
you,
will try
but
to
like you
use it
said,
like percentages, but
yeah, yeah.
it's not gonna be easy to calculate anything. Yeah, go on, go on.
But like you said that the combat could be only. I don't know if it was you or not. The combat could be only to defend our starbase, right? That means that someone from outside of our starbase, from our faction, came to destroy our starbases, right? So we need some type of fast travel interfaction that
Hmm.
allow us to travel in Gallia at a nice speed with low consumption, only between factions. So we appear in the medium risk zone
Yeah,
on the other side, and we can attack some. And should be in the middle. If not, you're gonna only attack the star factions that in the border. So I don't know. It's gonna be. And then if you
yeah.
attack only the ones that are in the middle, they always the same ones. So they need to. I don't know. They need to think. They create the game. They they have a problem to resolve.
They need to incentivize, yeah, to give you a reason to go there and attack, because otherwise it's gonna be so much fuel burned to go there that maybe you say, maybe I stay in my faction's territory and I don't go there. So everyone's staying at their faction territory. So
Yeah.
yeah, they need to incentivize that in some good way for sure.
I
And
think
by the
this is
way,
where the Starpath upgrades come into play, right? Do they call it Starpath?
yeah,
Where the jump gates between
yeah.
your faction stargates
Yeah.
get
Yeah. Yeah.
upgraded.
Yeah. Yeah.
But do you think it's gonna be ready for combat? Those one
A
of
good
those
question.
star paths at
Yeah.
least. I don't think so. They haven't said anything that. At least I didn't see anything yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be like PG was saying. Like, why do we want to go there so far and attack and maybe just get a little loot or maybe get destroyed? You know?
Could be the LP for attacking an enemy starbase is grand, very high.
Yeah. If you attack a starbase,
No,
maybe.
no. I think I have the idea. Maybe I'm wrong, but I have the idea. If you go there and you conquer that starbase become yours.
Yeah, that's
Understand? Like
control. That's territory control.
like the other game. How you call the other game? The I forgot. The other
Which
game
one?
that you were playing in the map that you conquer the starbase and then you increase your area of gaming. How you call that game, man?
Stellaris?
Oh,
Stellar.
Stellaris.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when you conquer a starbase, means that now that area is yours. And
Yeah,
understand?
but
So your
yeah, but
faction
but
grows.
but they still need to give you an incentive for that. I mean, what
Ah,
if
yeah, yeah,
what if you don't really need to go so far away to why do you need another starbase? Maybe having the same things that you already have in your faction. I mean, if you conquer
yes,
a starbase with iron or something like that, and you already have iron with good richness
yeah,
and with good harness
yeah, yeah.
in
But
your faction.
but don't forget that one resource only exists in one faction. Understand? So Roshinol is only in Oni, gold is in another one, diamond is another one. Imagine that in the future you need the three resources to create a super powerful component that you need the three. Understand?
Hmm. Yeah, but
That's the
that
reason.
makes one starbase interesting, like Rocino or
Yeah,
Arco
yeah,
or Demon. But the normal
and
starbases,
yeah, yeah,
I think as Yoganak was saying, maybe that should be huge in LPs to give you a lot of LPs if you destroy or if you conquer another starbase, you know. Otherwise, I don't see any good reason to go, especially if you can buy those other resources in the market. If you
Yeah,
don't have the starbase, you can just go to the market and buy them, and they can, or you can trade them if they need to buy yours. It's gonna be a lot of different things difficult to balance and to decide for this game. It's not so easy. I think it's getting complicated, or even more complicated, Starbased and Sage in general, than Unreal Engine 5 game. It's gonna be crazy. All these economic variables.
yes, yes, because uh, for them, because this map divided in three factions is very difficult to change the game mode, that they can say it's better for you to go from here, or it's better for them to go from there, or it's better
Hmm.
for you to stay quiet in the same spot. So they need to think really well. Uh, if you come from another faction, what are the benefits?
Yeah,
What are the benefits that you loot like 5x's? If someone say, "Oh, it's 5x's," you go there and in 2 minutes you have your cargo full and you can come back.
yeah,
Understand?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
Yeah.
that could be speed. So it's not, you don't need a token. You don't need nothing that they need to create it. It's only time.
Yeah.
So they time for them is for free. So they only need to reduce the timing of crafting or mining in other faction.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe
And
raising the richness or something like that if you conquer another starbase. But I would say they need a way to make it faster for you to go so far. Maybe giving you an easier way to build
to
a star
travel.
path, for traveling. Yeah,
Yeah.
and also giving you a kind of incentive if you go there and mine there, like you were saying, because
Yeah.
otherwise you just mine closer, and you don't
Yeah.
go and attack anybody else. And by the way, about balancing the game, what do you think about the SDUs right now after they raised it to 450 LPs instead of just 50? It's a huge difference, 9 times. Is it balanced now? A lot of people, as we said before, there was a guy buying a lot of SDUs. I think more than 4
Yeah.
million SDUs.
For 4.2 million. Well,
So,
I think now give more incentive to people to keep going to STUs.
but is it good
Uh,
enough or maybe too much? What do you think so far? Is the economy already getting to a balanced point, or still not there?
well,
The
because
current supply of SDUs is not spiked a whole lot. Looking at AFIA's dashboard, the circulating supply has been kind of flat since mid-April, it looks like. So maybe we're not seeing that giant spike because people are depositing. I'm not sure how this chart is doing its math. If it's like a sum at the end of the day, or if it would catch the spike before contributing to star bases.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Sharix is
I
saying,
think
I think as the use rebalancing will be good after the market adjusts properly. Yeah, that's part of the question. Is the market adjusting in a good way or not yet? Do we think that they need to adjust anything else, or we think that just waiting everything is gonna get balanced in a good way?
cannot I cannot compare because I'm still using my opods to mining.
Hmm.
But someone that was using other ships, they know the answer, because the other ships are the ones that have the big difference from the pass. So the opods are are doing well. Like each one is doing 13k 24 hours or something like that. But I don't know. I try with PX5 and I did 600 STUs each time they went to the high risk zone to get
Hmm.
STUs. So I didn't do the maths. I didn't know if I lost I lost 13K in ammo
Yeah.
and and what what that means. Did I recover that investment of ammo
Mm.
to STUs in the LPs? Because before with the RFR, you knew that you're gonna get that amount of Atlas for sure.
Yeah.
Understand? That's the reason the STU had value. Now in a pool, in a share pool, you never know. You is a
Yeah.
lucky game. You is a lotto. Is a roulette. You put it, and you wait to the last second that no one dump 3 billion LP, and
Yeah.
your imaginary profits disappear. So if it's good for 150, I think compare what you nah. It's
Yeah.
very good. Compare what you craft. You know how much Atlas you need to pay to craft everything until electromagnet. Man, you pay a lots of Atlas in people
Yeah.
now. We accept the transaction, and people are not looking to that amount in the corner of Atlas that we are paying. But the other
Yeah.
day I
That's
went
a
to
thing.
so Sol Scan and I saw all my Atlas transactions and it was painful. So so what I'm getting in the end of the week is almost what I spent during the week.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. That's something that tells me that the game is still adjusting and far from balance. Because for example, SDUs, I think some people were saying that if you contribute to Starbase, you can get like uh, 0.08 or 0.6 or something like that for each SDU in the end because of the amount of LPs in each epoch right now and
yeah,
last days. It's like you get 0.08 or 0.06 Atlas per SDU, something like that. I remember someone saying. And in the end, if you go to the market, people are paying 0.11. So it's like, I don't understand how people can pay that if then you go to Starbase and you get less than that. The only thing that I
because
that I can imagine is that they are accumulating SDUs for later because they think that maybe it's gonna get better.
because in this game no one knows. At the moment, no one knows what we're gonna have in the pool.
Yeah.
Understand? Before was you had the knowledge. You had I have this. I trade for RFR, and I'm gonna get Atlas. I know the price. I know exactly what I'm gonna get. Now
Hmm.
you don't know. Today could be one thing. Tomorrow is different.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, but you
So
can see the last days what was the level of LPs, and
yeah, yeah.
you can kind of estimate something because it was not very variable. I mean, it was not some days 13 billions and then another day 5 billions. It's like very high every day, and it's I don't know. I think it's people accumulating SDUs for later for some reason. I'm not sure. Do you have a theory, Yonact, about that?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Difficult one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Darwin, welcome, Darwin. We have Darwin in the chat too. So next thing is a lot of people when I talk to some mates, especially Mod and especially in the club and Nebular also in my Discord, and a lot of people with small fleets are complaining about the game. Like they could do a lot of things in labs, but in Starbased it's like small people with very small fleets. They can't do a lot of things. They can't even think about one good and profitable thing for them. They People are saying this game is for whales right now, because a whale can have good transport fleet and good mining and good crafting amount of crew and everything to go far away from the CSS and kind of establish there another kind of virtual CSS. So they go there and they can mine and craft and transport everything and then dump the LPs in a Starbase. But with small fleets, people have to choose between maybe mining and just mining and selling. So they don't have a reason to go far away from the CSS if they want to sell. They just stay at the CSS or closer to the CSS and then go to the market and sell. Or maybe they can just craft. So for the same reason they buy things and they just craft them and then they sell and they need to be close to the CSS. Or maybe they just scan, for example, and the same thing. If you scan, then you need to transport the SDUs to another Starbase. But if you're far away from the CSS, you can scan and dump the SDUs there for LPs, but you need to transport some fuel at least.
Yeah.
So it's something like you need a kind of minimum amount of ships and fleets and different things like transport and miners or transport and scanners, data runners. So do you think it's a game for whales like they are saying?
Uh, I think is not balanced. I think the game is not balanced. Even with tier two, if tier two is already good for everyone, you already can do a lots of things in the Starbase if you have a tier two. We have now a tier two in mud, and
Hmm.
I almost don't need to go to the central space station. Almost can do everything around that tier two. But tier one was 100% for whales. Uh, and people, when I said that, people were against me, saying, "Oh, but you are a whale too." I'm not a whale. I'm not a normal player, but yeah, nice. Have a nice fleet, but I'm not a whale. Uh, People that have like thousands of transport or lots of chips to mining or imps, whatever, they they have the return of the investment very fast. That's for sure. Even the small players, they have small investment too. So uh, I'm negative. I'm negative the last 2 years for sure.
Hmm.
I didn't recover my investment. I'm still 6 digit negative. So I'm playing the
Oh.
game. I'm happy. Uh, I'm thinking in the future. I don't think that the full game is Starbase. Starbase is only one episode of this movie,
Hmm.
right? But the movie is going to be better,
Yeah.
and my movie is in Unreal Engine 5. This is only like a part-time game that we are testing the economy, we are testing the blockchain, Solana, whatever. But I'm preparing for the next game, Unreal Engine 5. That's gonna start now, like before the breakpoint or in the breakpoint for with Racer. But regarding your question, yeah, I think the system with the RFRs were more equal for everyone. Was more balanced for everyone. Everyone had a chance to make money or to do the play to earn, but they had this dream of factions helping each other, the people in the same faction helping each other to go to improve the Starbase. Let's make everyone work together. Uh, but in the end of the day, everyone is working together, but only a few are getting the pace check. Understand? You are
Yeah.
in the company. A company has 100 people, but only the CEO is getting the big check. So I understand that some people um, are upset. I'm not happy at all too. I'm not 100% happy. I'm saving. I'm doing like 10 days. I'm saving LP during 10 days, and then I I I dump when I have a good amount. But
But
when I look to
besides
my
being profitable or not, I think for me there are two things: the profitability, if you
yeah
get a good amount of Atlas in the end, or the other side of the story is also if it's enjoyable, and if not only enjoyable, if you can play the game at least, even if it's not so profitable, because of course if you only get 5 XXS extra small ships, then you're not gonna get a lot of Atlas, but you need something to do. You need to have
yeah
something that you can do. And right now people are saying if you get an X5, or if you get just for some extra small ships, uh, then you don't have anything for you. It's like, what do? Just mining some hydrogen in the starbase in the CSS, and that's it. Or because if you have X4, for example, and an X5, it's like almost not profitable at all to go even to go to the closest starbase. It's like, why do you why do you play? Because in labs, those ships were good for scanning. At least they could
yeah
scan. But now they said, and it was because of the good reason. They said in labs we tried to help the small ships like that, and the big whales bought thousands of extra small ships to exploit that. So they didn't want to do that thing again this time. But then it's like people complain because they don't find anything like that. And the problem is, most people are not whales. There are whales, of course, and
yeah
there are good size fleets. But the thing is that if we want more people coming to the game someday,
yeah
we need players of every size, and it's gonna be more players that are not whales than whales. So that's my thinking about
yeah.
that.
It's very
I would
true.
agree. I think it's pretty clear that the player who has one airbike, say, zero point 0.2 soul, and a dream of living in space, that
Hmm.
player is having a really rough time right now. And I think to your point, it's probably, I mean, somebody could do the math. I think it's north of $100 of today's ship prices that one might need in order to not be negative in Starbased.
And to find something to do, because even if you don't care about being profitable, you say like, okay, I go into the game and what do? I don't have anything interesting for my very small fleet. Because other people are mining, or some people are scanning, some people are crafting, but I don't have crafters, I don't have data runners, and I don't have uh, any other ship good for mining. So if people think that, they come and they see the game and they go away. I see a lot of
Yeah,
people like that in the Spanish community, in general, in the Spanish chat, in the Star Atlas Discord, for example, but also in my own Discord, people complaining about that. And it's like only people with a minimum amount of fleets, and different things, different kind of fleets, and some
yeah,
crafters, they can play the game. The rest, small fleets, have nothing to do right now. But my theory right now, or what I said in my last live stream in Spanish, was that I think this is only a step in the progress of the game. Not only if we want to go to Unreal Engine 5, mm, but also if we want to play this web page game, this web game, we this is like just a necessary step. It's not so interesting. It's not so profitable for small fleets, Maybe other people
Yeah,
are
but
making good money, but it's a step, a necessary step, and in the future, I hope it gets more interesting for everybody. And we
yeah,
have
I
beyond the
complain.
horizon in the chat, for example. Sorry, hello, hello,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, our friend, our friend, our friend.
Go on, go
Good,
on.
Something I
good
think is
man.
important for. Oh, go ahead, Beach.
No, what I complain about this. I was super attacked in the foundation room because I did a joke, well, slash joke with Mike about this, and everyone saying, "Oh, but you are a whale too. You are making lots of money." No, no, it's not. It's not because of the whales of I'm not a whale or not. Is that, like you said, we need more players. We need a game that is for everyone. So so don't give me that BS that the whales are the ones that give liquidity to the market, because the whales, what they are doing now, they are accumulating fleets. Each epoch they are having more ships. They are increasing the fleets exponential.
Mm,
So today if they have 100, tomorrow they have 140, next day they have 160, next day they have 280. So they're gonna be bigger and bigger and bigger with this model of game with Starbase. And the small guy, you the game is gonna only be good when the small guy start with the air bike, and after 2 weeks or 1 week he have two air bikes, and then after another week he have three air bikes.
yeah,
Stand people need to have the possibility to increase the fleet, and it's
yeah,
not happening. It's not happening because it's very difficult for a small person to increase the fleet.
That
And
is
and the game,
the big thing.
yeah, and the game is lacking of that, and they are not seeing that. They are
mm,
saying, "Oh, but the people that spend more money, they need to get their rewards." Okay, man, but in the end of the day, if you kill the game now, doesn't matter the future. So, and even if the whales, if they kill the game now, they're not gonna have the returns, because some people, if you spend 1 2 million or 1 or 2 million, they're not gonna get the returns with these 3 months or 2 months of Starbase. And then if you don't have nothing after, if you don't have any other players, you don't have an economy, you're gonna play again cards, poker against each other. So I think for the best of the game, for the best of uh, the game need to be more equal. This LP pool for me is not
yeah.
uh, well, is not equal. Is because
It's not
everyone can.
balance.
It's not balance. The word is balance.
Mm,
It's not balance because um, the small guys don't have any chance. It's like that's true. I cannot find better words. The small
yeah,
guys is very difficult to play this game. So what they could do? They could do as soon as possible. They could implement some careers. So give an option to people to do side tasks, small tasks. They can earn or getting back the RFR, and give the way to these small people to do small tasks or
and to
bounty
enjoy the
hunters
game,
or
and to enjoy the game
enjoy the
because
game.
maybe you enjoy that profession, that career, even if you're not
Yeah,
so profitable, and that fits with what Moriwana is saying. By the way, hello, welcome. He says should be about enjoying a nice game, then profit later. At least that should be
yeah,
for most of the people, I think. If this is going to be a game, and more than just play to earn, because this is what we hope this is going to be a metaverse with a lot of possibilities, and not only a play to earn, a simple play to earn. So they need to create another kind of game, I think, in the end. I mean, a lot of things should change in the future, but the good thing is that we are not even in pre-alpha state. This, if you check the Sage manual, they were
it's
saying
precision, right?
that this is a technical test. These phases are still a technical test before the preseason and then we will have the season 0 and so on. But this
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah, yeah.
only the first steps. But I mean, they need to create a whole different mechanic or gameplay in the future if we want people to come and play the game for fun. At the same time, of course, they want to earn something, but we need people to come for the game, not only for the money and the rewards. And Tarin was also saying that yeah, everybody has to start at some point somewhere. Starting small is all some of us can do. Yeah, the thing is, yeah, we need something that you can do even if you're small, and you can have fun or you can get some profit and some progress, as PG was saying. But yeah, it's a difficult topic. But yeah, if I just think this is a necessary step. That's my summary about this. A necessary step. Maybe it's not the best solution and the best game right now, of course, but it's a good step. It's progressing, getting more things into the game, and let's wait for the next step with combat, and
Yeah,
and then and then more things in the future when we get a lot of different things that we can see in the roadmap right now. And moving to DAX, people are asking for the DAO and the DAX to have more utility. And by the way, for people who don't know what a DAC is, maybe some people are watching now or later, they're recording in YouTube, and they don't know what a DAC is. It's almost like saying a guild or a project. Okay, so it's a decentralized autonomous corporation. But by the way, I'm gonna show people how to join, because some people don't join the DAX, or because they don't know that they can already join the DAX in the web page, in the Startless web page. You can go here to play.startless.com, and you can go here to DAC platform. You click join the platform, then you can go to find the DAC to join, and you can just type here the name of the guild or DAC in general, because it could also be a project. For example, I'm gonna say, for example, the club. You type the club or just the first letters, like that. Oh, there
you
you
are
go, and
you are not
and you can go
you are
there.
not showing. You are not
Ah,
showing.
I'm not showing. Oh fuck. Sorry.
Uh,
Let,
and you cannot say that in English also.
no, it's my channel. I can say it. let, let me change it here. Oh, I don't know how I forgot about this. Okay, so now I'm showing it. I'm sharing my screen. So this is the homepage for play.startless.com. You go here to DAC platform, then join platform, then find a DAC to join, and now you just type here, for example, the club, or you can also type bulk, for example, just to give some examples, because we are here from bulk and the club, and well, Drum Carlos, for example, is from Deep and La República in Spanish, and so on. And I'm having also Enabler as a guild evolving right now. But you can go here, for example, and just click, and there, if you are not there, you should see a button here to join the tag. You see report. Go to that page, the Polaris field, for example. Apply to join. So it's not possible to join bulk right now. Do you know about it, Yonact?
You should be able to. We
maybe
processed an applicant last week.
Let me check.
maybe
Hmm.
it's because you already are you
No,
already in one?
no. I didn't join. I didn't join bulk as a DAC so far, but I can see the button in the rest of them, but not in bulk. Let me check again, and then we just continue. But what do you think about the DAO and the DAX so far, and people asking for more utility, like if they need to prioritize it? Do we really need that before other things, or do we need like a best star-based game with combat sooner than that, or maybe the Unreal Engine 5 game uh, faster than that? What do we need first? What do you think about
What we
about
need
that?
first,
Yeah.
we need a lot of things first. we need we need crew members as soon as possible. We need the fitness app as soon as possible, and
Uh-huh.
then we need a proper no bugs, zero bugs 2.2, because that 2.2 is going to be the window for 30 million players in the Epic Store, and then we're going to spread like wildfire. I think so. I think that, for example, big time have more players than Star Atlas. Understand?
Hmm.
Have a worse economy, but because they have so much marketing, big time is on my Facebook, is on my Instagram. Each time I open my, because maybe listen to me, my iPhone is listening to me. But when you touch your phone, you have big time ads. Even YouTube, for the ones that have advertising in YouTube, you already see ads of big time, and that's marketing. And uh, the Star Atlas team decide the star path, so put the marketing in our hands. That's cool. That's very good, because we could have another earning from that. Um, and and they are not wasting resources in that department, because now the resources are 100% gaming for the small team of Star Atlas, right? For a AAA game with blockchain, the team of Star Atlas is really very small, right? We know what happened in the past. They don't have the 280 workers that they had in the past, and they have more products now. They have the fitness app. They have Starbase with the full economy running. Um, they want to do the fitness app. Let's see how it's gonna work. I still don't know how it's gonna work 100% the swap between crew and ships and modules and components. That thing is still a bit in the cloud, because the last time I spoke with Mike, he could not explain how I'm gonna see in the marketplace the difference between one ship that still have the crew and one ship that don't have the crew. Understand? Because what was the ship that was already swapped, and what is the ship that didn't was not swapped? So what's the and then what's the deadline? What is the last ship that can come with all the perks, and what is the ship that come with only with the hull? So yeah, we still need to wait for better days in that department. But what we need in July this summer is 2.2. That is my dream. 2.2, 100 players. If they put the renting system, beautiful too. But if not, we need to make that a Real Engine 5, and maybe a small shooter. Is not the main concern, the shooter, but the racing game, I think, have future.
Yeah,
I like the racing. I like the racing. I already play a little bit. I've been playing a little bit with the racing. I think I play more racing than shooting,
it's addictive.
and it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. When you get the curves and you get the thing, when you imagine 100 players in there, mate, everyone shooting everyone. In the end, is only from 100 go to 10.
Even if it's
Yeah,
only
That is
it's
going
gonna
to
be
be pretty
five
unique.
players. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
The racing game, it's a 100-person death race, right? I don't think
Yeah.
we've
yeah.
seen. I can't name another title in recent times, let alone any time, that has been PvP pod racing essentially at this scale at 100 people. I would agree with PG overall that 2.2 is probably the best thing that could happen for guilds at this point, or a more stable Starbased with more features like combat.
Yeah.
I think regarding 2.2, they've mentioned that another private beta is coming up with a new process for getting into it, meaning that if you've got access to the showroom now, that does not guarantee you access to the new private beta. It will be a new process that they've not disclosed the details of. So stay tuned for that, certainly, in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe not so far away, and it's gonna be huge. I agree. The R2.2 in Unreal Engine 5. That's gonna change a lot of things, because so far the game is not for normal gamers, but for every gamer that likes speed and races. They can
Yeah.
come and play the game in Epic Games, as you said, but at the same time they need to get some progress also in Starbased. So yeah, I think we need the next step of Starbased soon. Maybe not so soon. I think it's not coming so soon, but I think we need it as soon as possible, at the same time as the R2.2.
But we already in May. This year is flying. We already in May. In theory, the 2.2 should be August, July, September should be around that.
Hmm.
Well, that was idea. I think was the plan. And from here to there, you should have things in the middle. You should have crew. You should have the fitness app. Uh, the renting system was never dated, but doesn't matter. But crew, that crew, the crew packs is gonna have a lots of conversation, a lots of trading. How many you need? How many is good? Who have the rare ones? Who don't have the rare ones?
And that will come with
Uh,
the modules or components for ships too at the same time, because it's going to be the same system to swap the ship for ship plus the whole plus components and models plus the crew. So we should have the same
yeah.
the crew and the
No,
components
but
at the same time. So it's going to be
no,
huge. Yeah.
the crew packs. No, because selling the crew packs is one
Ah.
thing.
Okay.
Swapping crew modules of the existing ships is another
Yeah.
process. But if they sell the crew packs maybe in the end of this month, because everyone needs crew and they have opportunity to make money. So, man, if you have that system ready, do it, because they present that system in Breakpoint last year. They cannot
But
present the same thing in the
yeah.
Breakpoint. They cannot
But
repeat a few times.
I would say they, I think they need some utility for things that they release. I mean, if they release the crew packs and we don't have anything where we can use them already, it's
Yeah,
gonna
you need
be
crew
difficult.
to,
Yeah,
for
but I mean,
crafting.
yeah, but I mean that's what I was trying to say. If they release it, it needs to be useful. We need to have the option to already use them in Starbased. Otherwise, it's not working. It's useless. I
Yeah,
hope they take that into account. And at the same time, yeah, well, I was asking about the DAO, but
yeah, the DAO.
we're running out of time. And
Yeah,
it was tied to another spicy topic that maybe next time we talk about it, but or maybe not. We'll see. Which is the multi-chain ventures, because people were asking, maybe if the DAO was already launched, people could vote about that, about those kind of things, and maybe the community would not say yes to an acquisition like that. But
yeah.
on the other
But that
hand,
is, yeah,
the DAO, even if we have the DAO now, we are not getting the full governance system yet.
yeah,
They always said that they would be keeping control of the game for some time, for some years at the beginning until
Yeah.
then at the end it can go decentralized and with a full governance system. So yeah, some people complain about everything, and I just wanted to say this instead of just opening the big topic, because we can be talking about that for an hour or more. But just
Yeah.
a closing thing that you want to say about it, maybe, and we
Me?
wrap it up. Yeah, both of you.
Well, well, yeah. Thing that I want to say as soon as fast. So we need to balance the economy as soon as possible, so we don't lose more friends in this road of this game. They need to balance. Be careful what you're doing. We cannot lose players every week. They don't, because one thing that spreadsheets don't show is motivation. We have people very good in economy in Star Atlas, and one thing that spreadsheets don't show is motivation, frustration. You know,
Yeah,
and that's what players have. You need players, and not everyone is like a financial accountant that is calculating the area, the ROI of everything. Another
yeah.
thing is we need crew, so work on that. We need crew packs. And regarding the DAO, well, I never spoke about this, but I think Automata can do whatever they want because they didn't use the money what is in the DAO.
Yeah.
So they can buy whatever they want. Is their problem? They need to finish the game. They
Hmm.
didn't use, they didn't need to use tokens for nothing. The Atlas is the currency of the game. Uh, if we need to buy more structures to claim stakes or whatever, we use Atlas. We don't need to use tokens. If they have other plans, well, they need to explain really well. I didn't buy any tokens. I believe in Mike, so he said, relax, let's see what's going to happen. No speculating the tokens price,
Hmm.
and let's see what's going to happen. I'm going with the flow, so
Yeah.
that's my position.
Yeah, Sharix is saying that it would be good to check on community sentiment, though. Yeah, I agree on that. But I was just saying that it's different to have a governance, but I didn't mean they don't need to check on community sentiment. I agree. I agree with you on that. And about talks, I would say a lot of things, as I said before. I think we can be talking about an hour, but maybe another day we can talk about it. Just not so much because it's gonna get old already. But maybe we can talk about if it's still uh, a big topic in the community. But Johannak, do you want to say anything and wrap it up there?
Yeah, absolutely. I think briefly on Tokes, and then a more general close on Tokes, I think it's fair to say that it made some people uncomfortable. I don't think that's an untrue
Hmm.
statement. That said, I'm wondering if the general feeling now is more of a settling into hoping that it works out well, to put it bluntly. Now
Yeah,
that it's happened,
Yeah.
I think we just hope it goes well.
yeah,
Speaking broader, I agree with PG that I think the most important thing for the team to work on is small players need time to value conversion in these games. They need to be able to spend time and get positive value. Right now, the smallest players are spending time and losing value, right? This is what is making them leave. I think it's that plus fun loops that make a Web3 AAA game. I think it's both.
I agree 100% on that. So that being said, 1 hour and 13 minutes. Well, a little less because we didn't start talking on zero time. But it's been good. It's been a
Was
great chat.
fast. Was
Yeah,
fast.
yeah. So thanks a lot, guys. Thanks, Shadix, Darwin, Moriwana, Tarin, Beyond the Horizon, Obras Land Art Design, a Spanish guy who just came to say hello also, thanks to Google Translator. So thanks for being on the chat. Thanks for the interaction. We love talking to you guys and also knowing what you think about what we're talking about. And thank you, PG, and thank you, Jonath, for being here also. It's been a good chat with you, as usual.
Yeah, it was nice.
Cheers, thank you.
See you next week.
Exactly. See you next week.
And
No, well, maybe I can't be here next week, so we'll see on that. But stay tuned. You have the Twitter account. You can follow Command Deck SA on Twitter, or you can also follow one of our tweet handles. So just stay tuned, and we'll see. Maybe not next week, but on the next one, after that one, on the next one, we have an interesting thing, a special surprise maybe. So stay tuned. Thanks for coming, guys. Thank you.
another title.
All right.
See you guys.